What is your goal? Like, for example, when you started at 15, was your goal Olympic medal? Was your goal number one? Was your goal how did you even picture and visualize your goal? The reason I'm asking is that, when we start off even thinking about habits, right? We want an end point, or we want something that we want to achieve in that process, right? So when you started off, were you thinking end point as like the ultimatum world's best? Were you thinking end point as in right now only India best, then after that world best? Like, how did you do that level of setting goals?
I think to start with, it was, I just want to be a better version of myself every day. So that was a very, very powerful driving factor, at least in my case, that I want to wake up and today I want to be a better version of myself than I was yesterday.
Love it.
So it started off, purely as that. But then as things progressed and you got deeper into the sport, I think badminton was at a, I was lucky to be a part of this golden era. So badminton was really on an upswing. Pullela Gopichand had just won the All England title and he had come back, he had become national coach. The national center kind of came up in Hyderabad and we had Saina Nehwal, we had Parupalli Kashyap. We had a whole host of players who were playing at the highest level. If you look at the sport today, we have about 7 or 8 men's singles players in the top 30. I think no other sport can boast of that level of competition. So, for me, it was always, if Saina can win a Super Series title, maybe I have a shot. So it gave me that belief. Someone's done it, I have a shot. So that was always, yes, but the goal was always to play at the highest level of world badminton. Settle for nothing less. National titles were always a stepping stone. They helped you to iron out a lot of issues. And then every time, we have the circuit is, it starts with challenger events, then you move to Grand Prix Golds, and then the Super Series. And then, of course, you have the world events like the World Championships and the Olympics and the Asian Games and all of that. But we saw these players, we saw the way they trained. We were, when I moved to the National Center, I was training with them. So it was like a live demonstration, every day. So it was just positive reinforcement and you were just supercharged every single day.
Very interesting. So guys, I want to take a break and explain this, from what I've understood from what Tanvi was saying. One is that when she started, she wasn't thinking about like the big end goal. And that is important because very often we start by thinking, the biggest end goal. And then as a result, we start wavering because after 7 days, that goal doesn't seem as reachable as possible. But when you start and you break it down and being better the next day, better the next day, better the next day, each day getting better and better and better. Once you get that momentum, then you can start thinking, ooh, I can actually go for that. And that gives you that drive. So even with our habits, don't start off by necessarily giving yourself the hardest goal. Start off by saying, am I better today? Am I better today? Am I better today? And focus on that as you go along. Did I get that right?
Absolutely. In fact, I would like to add something there. We had a very interesting conversation with a millennial champion athlete who we're bringing on our show, and you will probably get to listen to the episode in a couple of weeks. So his name is Chirag Shetty. He's 23 years old and just won the Arjuna Award a couple of weeks ago. And, when he moved from Mumbai to the National Center, nobody would have thought that he would become the stalwart men's doubles champ that he is today. And he himself, wouldn't have imagined the transformation in whether it was work ethic, whether it was game style. But as luck would have it, we had a Malaysian coach who came in and spotted this guy and broke an existing partnership. So he teamed up. He created this new partnership between him and this other guy who was a smasher called Satwik. And he created this partnership, and he literally told both their parents that you give me 2 years and I will make sure that these guys win an Olympic medal in the next 2 to 3 years. And at that stage for Chirag literally laughed it off, but he said, okay, no harm in trying.
Correct.
And block by block, they created history by winning a Super Series title, the first men's doubles pair to actually go out there. Yeah. So
block by block, step by step.